Well, Merry Christmas. Um, this video is the first of it's actually the second. But I've decided I want to start documenting my thoughts and literally just making a daily video where I just sit and talk about what's on my mind. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's a cool idea. We'll see how it goes. It's Christmas Day today, 2025. Felt like a cool day to start. I recorded a video like this a few weeks ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I got a lot out of it, and I think it was cool. So, I guess this is like a new series. It's a brand new channel, which is exciting. Get that novelty. My ADHD brain likes that. I guess today I just wanted to talk about we're coming towards the end of the year, right? We got less than a week left of 2025, and it's been a big year, right? It's been a really, really big year, and it went about exactly how I thought it was going to. I get this really strong gut feeling about the general theme of a year, a couple weeks before it starts. It's just weirdly an intuition that I have. And so going into 2024, I knew that it was going to be the best year of my life up until that point, today. And it was. It was an incredible year. Didn't even feel real. And then I knew going into 2025 that it was going to be quite a hard year. That there was going to be a lot of work, that there was going to be a lot of growth, and a lot of challenges too. And there was. That's exactly how it turned out. But it was also a really beautiful year for a lot of reasons. And I've had a great year. I'm super grateful. I'm super proud. And I'm really excited going into next year. I guess the vibe I'm getting, the gut feeling into next year, and I guess this will be here as a documentation of this gut feeling, which will be interesting to see. Look back in a year's time and go, yeah, okay, I was right, or not so much. But my gut feeling for this year, coming up, 2026, is that it's gonna be hard, but with a lot of reward. So this year felt like a lot of work and not too much reward, to be honest. It felt like just growth and challenges and overcoming stuff and improving and just growing as a young man. Whereas I feel like next year some awesome stuff is gonna happen. I'm gonna see the fruit of the seeds I've been planting this year, and since I was about 13 years old. I think it's gonna be a big things gonna pay off next year, and life's gonna get crazy. That's my prediction. I haven't quite give me a couple of days and I'll put it into a more eloquent and specific sentence statement about the year. But that's what I'm feeling for now. Is coming up over the next 12 months. And because of that, I guess there's, for a lot of reasons, there's a lot of thoughts in my mind at the moment. I'm starting to think about what my goals are going to be. Well, I generally know, but thinking about starting to write down and set out really specifically my goals and what I want to get out of next year and what I want to do and who I want to become next year. So thinking about that, thinking about the things that I'm balancing in my life and everything I've got kind of going on at the moment, and how things are looking going into next year in terms of can I afford to add anything else onto my plate? Okay, what have I actually got on my plate? Can I deal with all of it? Has something got to give? If so, what is that? So I guess I'm excited and I feel good, but I'm also finding myself feeling quite overwhelmed quite often at the moment. And I've learned from the psychologist I'm seeing at the moment, something called a dialectic, where two things can be completely true at the same time, and they don't have to affect the truth of the other thing. And I guess the kind of dialectic I'm dealing with at the moment is like, I feel so blessed, I feel so grateful, I feel happy, I feel good, I feel inspired, I feel purposeful. And, you know, like I'm building, like I'm working for my dream, like I'm building everything I want to build, I'm becoming the person I want to become. I've got so many blessings and amazing things in my life. I feel so privileged and lucky and grateful, right? But at the same time, it's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of work, and sometimes I feel very overwhelmed and a lot of like self-doubt and fear, I guess, if I'm being honest. So that's something I'm just learning to keep in my head and not like judge myself for having those two things going at once, whatever. I don't want to talk for too long in this video. I want these videos to be like 5 to 10 minutes and just for me to like say whatever's on my mind and just show up every day and, you know, not stress if I miss a day, but try to show up every single day and just take a moment to document some thoughts on where I'm at. Yeah, I guess like I went for a walk down at the river today and I just had a lot of stuff in my mind, and again I felt really positive, I felt really good, I was like inspired and excited, but I'm thinking about like I've got a big trip coming up. Well, not a trip. I'm my biggest goal for next year. So I'm going into my last year of high school. My biggest goal is to finish high school and move out of home straight away. Like when I turn 18, and you know, I turn 18 a little bit before I graduate. Then I'm going to graduate, and I want to move out immediately. And not just move out. I'm moving across the world to Spain. There's a lot of reasons for that, and this is not the video to get into all that. But basically, that's pretty fucking scary. Exciting, but scary. And so I need money to make that happen. I've got to, like, I'm building up some like online income at the moment. I'm like pursuing, again, I'm not gonna really talk about that in this video. But I'm growing a YouTube channel, like this is like my second channel now. But my main channel's got like 5.5k subs or something at the moment. It's growing really well, it's going awesome. I feel like I'm giving a lot of value, impacting a lot of people and building a movement. And that's awesome, but that's a slow burn, and that, I'm not gonna say probably not, but it might not pay off in the 6 to 12 months where I need it to have the money to make that dream happen. So I'm like, cool, I might need to get a job. That's what my parents and a lot of people in my life are saying to me anyway, and I think they're probably right. But then I'm like, cool, with everything I've already got going on in my life, can I actually balance a job as well? And I'm like, cool, something's got to give. But maybe not, maybe I can manage it, maybe I can handle it and figure out how that works. The point is, I've got about 1 million things vying for my kind of mental real estate, and my sort of priorities are so tricky and like in conflict a lot of the time. So that's where I'm at today and at the moment. But ultimately, over the next few days, I'm going to really reflect on this year and pull every bit of value, wisdom, lessons, great experiences, great memories out of it, reflect on all of that, really get my head together going into the next year, and then start thinking about the goals I have and what's genuinely really important to me, and then what are the most important actions, systems, habits, and mindsets to have in place going into this next year to make all that happen. And not just make it happen, but make it happen successfully, and make it work. So, welcome to this channel. If you're watching this, welcome to this journey. I'm excited.